Hi, everybody. I wanted to kind of slow things down, change gears a little bit, and kind of give you. I suppose this is technically a vlog. I also consider it kind of an update, kind of a reflection on the situation and how far we've come in almost 2 years of specifically doing this kind of this kind of Nate at night specific content. Because I've been on YouTube longer than that, of course, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're here to talk about today. I wanted to kind of talk about where the channel's at and where it's going to be going, and also obviously like what I'm currently working on, what we're working towards, etc., etc. I figured you were kind of due a bit of an update, and I feel like this doesn't belong on Nate at Day because this is kind of it's a bit more serious, and I want to make sure this gets as many eyes as possible. And I'm sure there'll still be plenty of people who ignore this, and I take no offense to that. There's plenty of fans that just come on through. It's not a problem. I take no offense. But if you do decide to go through this and listen to it, hopefully it will give you an idea of what's going on. So we've obviously gotten really popular because of Twitter horror stories, and which is awesome. And even I suppose it's all kind of horror in some kind of a way, but it's not that there aren't other stories to pursue on that platform, even though now it's x.com. I still call it Twitter just because that's just how I remember it, and I don't really care to call it X. I think it doesn't sound as cool to me. Twitter just everybody remembers Twitter, in my opinion. But I guess over time that'll change. Who cares? I'll still call it Twitter. I don't care. And I've been hunting for other stories as well on not just Twitter, but also obviously Reddit. We get a lot of Reddit stories, but they're easy to find. That's not really a difficult thing for me to do. Blue Sky is another potential choice, which there is one that I've been kind of following, and I was asked to look into it, so naturally I have. And usually my rule of thumb with these kind of longer form stories is I'll wait until it's done, or until it hits a specific good enough point where we can kind of give you more than, say, a 10-minute video, right? Because I feel like a 10-minute story, that's okay for the Reddit stuff, when it's not a massive story. But when it comes to these bigger, more full-out flesh productions, I feel like it's better to give you the full story and then give you my little take on it at the end and go from there, right? Because I know people prefer the stories more over my reviews, and maybe that's not always the case, in which case I appreciate you for that. That's super kind. But, I get it. I totally get it. People are there for the spooks, right? And I think it's cool. So, I've already forgotten where I was going. God damn. Sorry. I got sidetracked. Let me take it back. So now that Halloween's over, we're in November now, or whenever you're watching this video. Either way, it's post Halloween, as to not to the making, but to the airing of this video. And I feel like I've done a lot of work on the Reddit side of stuff, which I feel like they're doing all right. I mean, obviously they're not pushing me up into virality status or anything like that, which is fine. It's ticking over, and I think what I like the most about it is I feel like quite a lot of people do enjoy those stories, and yes, it might only be a couple of hundred, but to me that's not nothing. That's something that I feel really good about, and I quite enjoy doing those things. I quite enjoy making this kind of content for people. I try to evolve it so that ultimately everybody kind of feels like they've helped mold it into what it currently is when it comes to at least the Reddit story side of stuff, right? And I think I'm going to take a little break from Reddit, like the story side of stuff. I mean, like making these story videos. I'll probably come back to it. I'm so sure, because people like, and that there's a lot of cool stories that do come out on that platform. What I might end up doing with it is I might evolve it so that instead of doing just like one story, the review, I might do it where it's more like the compilations where I get like quite a number of stories, that way we can have like one long video. I feel like that'll work a little bit better for people. In which case, I can also kind of shorten my review portions, so that way I give you more of the stuff that you want. Or I could do the reviews at the end. I haven't quite decided. I guess we could do that. I'm happy to hear your input, your side. If you believe, however you want that to format out, that'd be cool. That's totally welcome in the comments and everything. What else is important to discuss is, so yeah, I feel like I need to focus more on the stuff that I believe is the way I want to take this channel. Because I've been enjoying the storytelling. I have. But I feel like there's more. There's more I could do. There's more I want to do. And we're going to kind of talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So, for example, I feel like the live stream's been going quite well. Once a week live stream, me and my younger brother, we've been watching all kinds of, mostly Slenderverse stuff, but also probably other things as well, which that we're allowed to watch, of course. And I do enjoy that. It's a little fun hangout with the community. We can do some theory crafting, some discussions, just having a good little time, you know. And I'd like to continue doing something like that. I don't know if we'll be able to guarantee we can do it every single week, but I do like the format, and I like to continue trying to do it as much as I possibly can. But we'll see what we can do. Even like hunting ARGs and stuff like that. I think that'd be really fun. Just doing stuff like that with the community is good. Obviously, if Twitter stories or any other big major crazy stories are possible for me to cover, I'll do that. Of course, it's a big thing that made my channel what it is today. Of course, I'll keep doing that whenever those stories exist. That's the other key part of that equation. So yes, some things might slow down. That doesn't mean I'm quitting YouTube. That just means I'm trying to figure out what the next stage of Nate at Night is going to be, because I've been doing a lot of the work myself, and as you can imagine, I've got a level of burnout. Mostly because I don't feel like it's quite hitting quite as well as I'd like it to. I also feel like I'm a little disappointed in myself, because I know I can do better. I know I can do better. I know I could give you better quality or what have you. You know, there's ways to improve that I haven't fully been able to achieve. And so I feel like I need to go back to the drawing board. I need to work on things like that, right? I've also liked the idea of potentially having a Nate at Night kind of a late night talk show type thing. I guess it maybe not a talk show, maybe like a radio show if you want to think of it like that. I suppose it could still be a video form. Who cares? But I like the idea of discussing a certain topic. Maybe we discuss on this episode a when to go, right? In which case, then maybe we can take in callers. People can share stories about whatever the fuck. We can have debates. We can have discussions. Anything. I think it still has to kind of live mostly within the realm of horror. But the other beautiful thing is we can go a little bit more freeform with something like that, and I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be fun. It's something I've thought about. It's not something I've actively pursued, but it is on the project board of potential. Right, the project board of potential. A board I don't actually have, but I like the sound of it. Let's see, what else? What else? So, I'm also going to be able to dedicate more time to working on my own personal passion project at the moment, which is the Infinity Bureau. It's not exactly been introduced except for in Moonblinked Part 1. That's kind of the first start of the intro story. So, I'll kind of give you a little bit of detail just so you kind of know what I'm talking about. So, the Moonblink, in and of itself, the entire story when it's fully done, is going to be the introduction set that brings in my big project, my story world building project of the Infinity Bureau, which is also going to have like a website. We're going to have like all kinds of case files. There's going to be audio logs. There's going to be videos and stuff like that. I'm trying to really build it into quite a cool format, and I like the idea that I've got for it. I've been doing a lot of work off screen, naturally, not even really talking too much about it, but I have been working with other people. We're coming up with some cool ideas. And now it's just kind of, I'm trying to flesh out some stuff so that I can really start getting that more off the ground. So that for me will be far more of my focus when it comes to this channel and the future of this channel and stuff like that. Another one that I'm working on, yet again, it's another one I'm directly involved in. I feel like the ones that I'm more directly involved in, I'm going to focus more on those just because I have better control over it. The one that my dad is working on is called Lure of Crackmoth, which is going to be kind of a Lovecraftian graphic novel / comic. It's going to be pretty exciting. I've seen quite a bit of the art for it. I've seen quite a little bit of the story. It's really shaping up. From my understanding, it's supposed to be out before the end of this year, and I'm going to be able to make a video version of it, kind of like an audiobook, if you will. So that's going to be fun. Really excited about that. It's dripping with atmosphere. It's going to be really, really sweet. Looking forward to sharing that with you guys as well. Another project that I'm working on is actually with my younger brother Jordan. I'm not going to give you much more detail about that, but we're excited to begin working on that simply because we've got great ideas, and we're just going to see what we can do with it, just to let you know. Biased, of course. Otherwise, what else am I working on? I'm also working on I've just finished a script. I've just finished a script for a Dear David comparison video between the movie and the Twitter story, it could end up being a pretty long video. It's going to be over 30 minutes long at the rate it's going, which is good. I think that's good because I feel like I need to be able to go in depth about what works, what doesn't, this, that, and what have you. It's not exactly a format I've fully worked on before, but I can read a script. As to how to make the video look good and interesting, I feel like I'll need more time to kind of pin that down. So that's one thing I'm working on. You can expect that hopefully this year. I get the feeling I could do it this year, but again, I'm not making any promises. I don't know because another thing that's going to be happening in December is I plan on going back into the full-time workforce. So yet again, that's a big reason why I'm doing a video like this, because I'm trying to let you know what my intentions are. I'm not intending on this channel to die, but things might be less. Things might be less. Things might modify. And this video will be a good point of reference to let you know that, yes, I am still working on things. And I'll probably still give you updates every once in a while. Maybe not once a week. I'll try to keep doing once a week, but I can't guarantee anything, So that's why I'm doing this now. Because I feel like, at least if I've prefaced it, I've given you the information, you know that I am still doing stuff. And I'm sure I'll even keep my Discord community even further up to date, because, yet again, they're a little bit more of the inner circle side of things. Yes. I might have to change how the membership and everything like that works, but that's another problem for me. So I'll see what I can do. Another thing I'm working on is Prehistoric Emergence. I was asked by the creator Azun Studios to watch the videos, maybe do a little review video on it and everything, and obviously share it with you guys. So that is something I'll be working on as well, just to kind of let you know. So those are that's the situation. That's where we're at. The channel is not dead. The channel is not dying. I believe it's just going to be changing course a little bit. And I am excited to see what I can do with it, even if it ends up having to become more of like a part-time situation. But I feel like another thing, while I'm in full-time work, I'll be able to really kind of put more of a budget towards it. And I think that's really going to make a difference, because then I could probably, hire like an editor, for example, maybe like a graphic designer for thumbnails and stuff, because I used to be okay at Photoshop. I am definitely not anywhere as good as I used to be. Not that I took like one I took like one semester of Photoshop classes. Okay, that's about as far as I got. So it's not like I'm very good anyway. And I use GIMP, so just to let you know, or Paint.net. Paint.net's also okay. And then those surprise. Those are the two that I use, in case you're curious. And the video editing program I use is DaVinci Resolve. But it's the free version, not the studio, because the full is like $300, and I do not have that kind of money. So yeah, I just thought I'd wind things down and kind of let you know what the situation is. Thank you so much for watching, and one of the best ways to let me know what you'd like to see, or any improvements or feedback or anything like that. Besides, I mean, you can like things, that's not a problem, but commenting is one of the best ways for me to know what's going on, how you feel about things, feedback, because I see every single one. Now, if it's a reply to something, I don't always see those. But if it's like a direct comment on a video, I see those. I do get notifications about that, because for me, that's a big way that I've learned and I've heard from you guys. I really, really do appreciate it. We also have a community tab on the main YouTube channel page. In there, you can actually set up your own posts and discussions and stuff like that. I've never really tried it myself, because I don't know how to do it, but I believe that's how you do it. Because I've seen other channels can do it, and we do have access to that. So you can do that as well. Even if you want to just like discuss weird birds, which I'm sure quite a number of you will want to do. And I feel like inevitably we're gonna have a fun little Q&A with Arcasuchus, of course. So don't worry, that will happen. But we're both busy people, but it's on the cards. We have talked about it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. It really, really means a lot. It really, really does. And I really hope to continue bringing you more stories. Maybe not always even scary ones, which yet again, if it's really not scary at all, it'll probably go to Nate Day stuff. That's just more laissez-faire, easygoing, me doing stuff that isn't really scary things. Even my opinions on situations and stuff like that, but I barely post on it anyway. But I do hit it with some stuff from time to time. And oh, also, I guess quick update. So on the Nate at Night gaming channel, so I do get quite a lot of emails from a variety of developers and also publishers. I think it's like a PR company or something like that, and they tend to send me keys and they want me to review games and stuff like that, which is a big reason why I've been able to do quite a fair bit of that as I have, because it's just a fun little experience. And it's also just it's so much easier for me to record games because initially when I first was doing YouTube stuff, I wanted to be a Let's Player, but we're talking like well over 10 years ago at this point. And so I've gotten quite good at setting up a situation where I can easily record or stream a game, just boom like that, and get right into it. So it's been a lot easier. Plus, I've always loved horror games and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, that's the gaming channel. Probably will still kind of continue in the format it is. I think it's like Tuesdays, Thursdays is kind of what I've set it up as, and I'll probably keep it like that. I might give more than that, but Tuesday, Thursday is usually the situation. Okay, well, anyway, I'll shut up now. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I really hope to hear from you. Otherwise, I'll see you when I see you. Take care out there.